Hello everyone, welcome to a very special video today. I've got a new machine here and I'm going to do a reveal of it, but this is a special one. This is about a week's worth of persuasion, learning as well. There was a bit of a learning curve I had to get around. And also waiting to retrieve because I had to wait a few days until I could go to pick it up. But I am very excited to be introducing this machine today. It is very special. It's a very older machine. I can't wait. I'm shaking right now. This is what you're seeing right here is my first and hopefully my last take for this video because well, I know if I try to do this again, I probably won't get it right. So, yeah, I'm very excited to reveal this to you guys today. So, without further delay, here you guys go. I'd like to introduce to you guys the fully automatic Champion 501 washing machine. This is there's a lot of explaining behind this machine I have to do, so please bear with me. When I first saw this washer on Trade Me, I knew literally nothing about it. I had not a clue. So I went on to automaticwasher.org. If you haven't been there, do check that out because you can find a lot of helpful information there. And I started to learn things about this washer, so I think I can explain this all to you guys simply. So at the back, or no, I took the back off. You notice this is the model number. It's the type EW501, but you notice how it says radiation here? So that is what made this washer. This is so basically this started off life as the US manufactured Thor washing machine. So I think some of you guys in the US might be familiar with the Thor washer, or is it the UK? Because I know there's some in the UK as well, but it eventually morphed into the very different looking spin washer, which is what this is, and it was Radiation. There was a group of British companies that included Jackson, Parnell, and the other one, New World. I don't know why I keep forgetting that one, but yeah, so they were making the spin washers in 1959 all the way up to 1967, and that's when the Tube investment group, otherwise known as TI, did a takeover in 1967, and they killed off the line, basically. But what some people were saying is because apparently the last spin washer ever made is very different from this one. They believe that it's possible a New Zealand subsidiary might have not been included in the takeover, and so this might be somewhere during or after 1967. So, but I was never able to get an official date on this washer, so for now I'm just going to call it 1967, but I won't say that just in case I'm wrong. But so that's the history of this machine. So we'll get into some features. This machine is very well equipped. You can see it's got not just 3 different temperature selections. You got cold, cold, warm, cold, warm, warm, which is nice. It's just like the Whirlpool. And then your hot, cold. But then it also has this hot, warm button, which is new. I've never had a machine that has hot warm up. Then you have 4 of these auto programs, or the program selections on them. They're auto, manual, and then normal and sud save. So I think I figured out what this is. Because you notice that this line in the middle is bigger than the rest. So I figured out that normal and sud save are what differ, and then auto and manual. So auto and manual are if you want the timer to not advance, so you can extend any part of the machine cycle, you can hit manual and it will, I think, stop the timer, and so you can extend any part of the cycle. But to stop that, you simply select auto. And then normal is just normal. And then if you want a sud save, because this is a sud saver model, you can hit sud save and it will stop at the sud save mark where it saves the water, and you can do a sud save. Now, as far as other features, we got 2 pilot lights on it, a power on button and a wash finish button. And there's this timer. I think it's missing a cap. It's kind of a tricky one. You have to kind of push it in to turn it. I took the back off of it, so this is a little unstable, but it's got a pre-wash and a pre-soak, which is about 5 minutes, then a 10-minute wash, and a spin where it would stop if you had sud save on, and then overflow, rinse, and spin. And then this down here, this is a hard one. Never mind. This is a suds return cycle, and that's about 5 minutes long, so you can return the water via the hose. And then it has the delicate wash, which is 5 minutes, same thing. And on the inside, which I need the light for this one, and I just realized the agitator's not in. Give me a second. Right, I got the agitator installed and I got a light in my hand, so here we go. This is the inside. This is the classic Parnell agitator inside of it. And let me turn the light on so you guys can see it better. This is the inside of the tub. It's got a sort of stainless steel. It looks perforated, but it's actually solid tub. And the bottom of it is blue. And this agitator, this is a really cool agitator. It's got like 6 fins on it. It's really easy to snap off. You just gotta, let me just stand this still for just a second. There we go. Pull this agitator out, and you can see, like, look at these fins. Look at how huge they are. It's in okay shape on the inside, as you can see. Pop this back in. Try to be very careful with these. I don't know if these are going to snap off someday, so. Yeah, I'm going to try not to take this off too many times. That's the inside of this, and then behind, because I have taken off the back stuff, if you look down here, you've got a pretty good looking capacitor there, and there's a motor in here as well. I was quite surprised, there is an electric pump in here as well. Here, if you look, sorry guys, if you look in here, you can see the transmission, I think, yeah, you can probably see the transmission. And then there's like this weird container thing, I don't know what that is, but there's a pressure switch connected to it, so that's probably what that is. There's the water valve, which is not a typical water valve either. It's a tube attached to it. instead of the ones that you screw on. And then this is the back of the machine with all of its electronics and the thing there. That's the lid switch, which is connected to the sud saver button over here, because you need to be able to put the drain hose over here and run the machine to save the suds, but the lid switch will be open, obviously, so they have a wire there to do that. And yeah, just look at this thing. It's on rollers too. I forgot to mention that. This machine is very heavy. I think it's heavier than the Maytag. But with the rollers on it, it's probably easier to maneuver than this Kelvinator. So, well, how cool is that? So, that's awesome. I'm glad it's on rollers. That would have been really hard if it wasn't on rollers. So, yeah. So about this machine in specific, there's not much. Well, actually, no, it's not. That's not the problem. The problem is that the story behind this washer is a bit broad. I do know that it was generally used. It had an easy life, and so it was pretty well preserved. I forgot. It might have been an elderly couple, but the guy who I got this machine from said that he, I think he said he found it in someone's garage and then he put it in storage. And he thinks, he was not sure, he said it was about maybe 10 plus years, but he wasn't sure about that, so. But it was just sitting there, preserved. I think preserved, for the most part it is. And then I guess he just recently decided he wanted to clean it out, and now he found this washer, and he put it up for sale for $90, and I just happened to be there to see it. And here it is. Now, as far as the machine's condition, it's the guy said it was working, but it's not, for a few reasons. First of all, my light. The drain hose is going to need replaced because, as you can see, it's split in half. And the other half of it is missing somewhere. So I've got to find a replacement hose. This one might be tricky too because of how it's connected to the thing. But yeah, and I also wanted to, I don't know if these hoses work either, so if these don't work, I might have to figure something out with that too. I don't know how because obviously I don't have tubes, but yeah. And then this power cord, turns out it's cut, so I can't actually power it up. And then, like, I was fine with that. It was fine. I could totally see myself fixing it. It was on the way home, I had a little issue with it. Because I decided to put it on its front over here, just in case there was probably a leak or something. I wasn't sure. But unfortunately, something happened where oil started to leak from beneath this agitator and onto the tub. And I think I moved it, but there might still be some traces of it. I cleaned it up as best as I could, but there was oil leaking from it, from under the agitator, and I presume that's probably from the transmission, but I'm not too sure where it came from. But unfortunately, that was a bit of a thing that happened with it, and that has me concerned about the transmission now, but that's all I know about it. And just generally speaking, it could really use a good clean. Like, I didn't even know if this 10-year-old pump works, because the guy didn't even have a chance to test it. And you know, this has been sitting for 10 years. But it's free, generally speaking. So it could totally spin. And I don't know if there are any seals that might be bad or anything like that. So, unfortunately, this washer is not runnable yet. Which brings me on to my next point, which is I'm going to restore it. This is going to be a huge project for me to do. I don't think it's going to take a while because I'll be going to America here in a few weeks. Actually, I'll be going to America for a vacation. I'll be there for about 2 months. And but when I get back, or maybe I could do a bit before I go, but I plan to learn as much as I can about this machine mechanically, and then I'm going to gradually take it apart and clean it out, and then I'm going to fix whatever's broken on it, and then I'm going to put it back together and hope it works, because this is a really special washing machine. Like, I didn't think I'd have a machine from the 60s this early. Like, I was so excited when I found this washer. I'm like, throughout the whole course of this video, I was shaking just talking about this washer, because that's how cool it is. So, and like, it's an amazing machine, so I can't wait to use it. Oh, well, that's going to conclude this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are excited to see this machine. I know I am. This is quite a rare machine, and from my understanding, it's quite rare to have it in automatic form as well, because I see it quite often with the semi-automatic controls, but not automatic. So this one is fully automatic, which I am very excited about. It's solid tub, it overflow rinses, it spins at 860. It's going to be exciting when I get this one. Hopefully I get it working. So, that is going to do it for this video, guys. That's going to do it for this little introduction video. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope to see you in the next video. And yeah, take care. Bye.